Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork and welcome to Gamestork Daily News. Let's talk about some news. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. So first things first, as we begin this roundup, for those of you who are playing ARMS, there is maintenance coming this week. This is scheduled from Tuesday, July 11th at 5:50 p.m. until July 11th at 7:30 p.m. So it's not that long, just a few hours where it's going to be down where you can't play, but that's okay. You know, it's good to take a break sometimes, take a breather. Play some of the Breath of the Wild DLC, or maybe something else entirely. I don't know. Maybe a game that's named Kamiko. That's a good game. Speaking of Kamiko, talk about some great news. We go on about the Nintendo Switch being an indie just monster machine where people want to play indies on the go with this machine. It's the only place where you can do this. And I know people are saying, well, what about the laptops? We could do it on a laptop, okay? But laptops aren't as portable as the Switch, all right? Perhaps a tablet would be somewhat as portable, but the Switch is just the right shape. You can hold it in just the right way and play it exactly how you want to play, right? So these indie games blow up big, and here's some proof. Kamiko sold 110,000 units worldwide, and I believe that's up to this time. 25% of that is in Japan, 48% in the USA, and then 27% is in Europe, which means the US really dug this game. And I have to say, this game is good. It is short, sure, but it's also very affordable. It's very cheap, and it's good. It's just a good game. It's a solid play, and it's lots of fun, so why not grab it and play? Also, as far as WWE 2K18 is concerned, despite the fact that the footage I showed yesterday isn't necessarily the best looking footage out there, it's what I could get, okay? They released on their Twitter account for the WWE 2K18 or WWE Games that this Nintendo Switch version is not based off of previous versions. And they want you to go check the blog for details, but long story short, this is a new version with its own engine. It's not based off of a Xbox 360. It's not based off of a PS3. And I know that's exactly where people go right off the bat. They're like, oh, it's going to be, it's going to be the old versions. It's going to be something that's, we can't, no, it's a new version. This is this generation game, which to me, it's awesome. I'm really excited about it. I don't really play wrestling games. The last one I remember playing was on the Super Nintendo, where, man, I don't remember the exact name of the game. I have to look that up, and I'll probably just stick it right here while I'm editing the video. Yeah, you see that? That's it. That's it right there. But this game, man, I played this thing so much. I remember Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Sting, all these people being able to run around. I remember Yokozuna. How about who remembers you? That's when I watched wrestling a long time ago. So it's been a while. Haven't watched in quite a while. In high school I did watch some because I really liked The Rock and Bill Goldberg and guys like that. So, and I know Bill Goldberg maybe just made a comeback. I don't know. So maybe it's worth checking out again. Don't know, right? But we know that this is not based off previous versions, and that to me is pretty awesome. The next news is really interesting. Now, some time ago I shared a rumor about this game possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch that it looked like they were going to develop. Now, here's some more at 365games.co.uk. It looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series has been posted for the Nintendo Switch at £30, roughly, and this is a pretty good indication that this is at least coming to the market. Now, I know what you're thinking until it's confirmed, right? But the evidence that we had before, plus the evidence that we have now, is a pretty solid indication that we could expect this in the near future. Not to say I haven't even played this game, so I don't know if it's good or bad or what. I do know I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that universe. I'm a big Marvel fan, and I can't wait to play this. This is one that I did decide to hold out on just in case it came to the Nintendo Switch, because I could very easily come back and play this game. And I know Telltale games, they're really, story-oriented. And I know they've delivered on all of them except Batman. And, I'm excited about some good story. There's great characters here to explore, and it should be a very solid game. Now, as far as release date, it's not listed on here, But, you know, that could come in the near future. Let's hope that this is real, that this is coming, because the more of these games we see coming, the better. People are saying, well, there's no third-party support. Well, it's going to come. You know, a lot of these games, especially like these Telltale games, will most definitely run on the Nintendo Switch. And there's only a handful of games that are just really so powerful, like Horizon Zero Dawn or, you know, Final Fantasy 15. They have files that are just so big and massive and take so much RAM and that they're not going to run on the Switch. There are a handful of games that'll do that, but for the most part, most games should be ported, because if you look at the development teams and people who create these games, they're business people, right? And they want to create a game so all people can play this game. Now, what do I mean? Well, you have the PlayStation 4, for instance, and the PlayStation 4 Pro. Leaders of companies aren't going to come say, okay, let's make a game that only runs on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and let's just sell it to people on the Pro. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to create a game for the least of these, and then they're going to upscale that for the higher systems. That way, the lower it is, you know, the lower power you have on your console, you'll still be able to give them your money, because that's what they want ultimately. They want your money. Okay, if you didn't know that about developers, well, sorry to be the one to tell you, but they just want your money. That's what they want, but that's okay, because they make good games for us, and this is one I believe will be a really good game. Some of you guys have probably played this, and if you have, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. But Guardians of the Galaxy, it looks like it is going to come, so I'm hoping that this is, you know, some really positive news there. Now, some other interesting news is at Rayman Games Twitter account, it looks like there's maybe a tease of a new Rayman game. Like, we know that Rayman Origins is coming, and that's cool, but this post, it says, Rayman and his wacky friends are off on holiday. Follow them on their summer world tour. So, I don't know, and it's got a picture, and it does show those characters and the Nintendo Switch being held there. So it's very interesting. Is this port going to be pushed back to the summer, or are they saying that something new is coming next summer? I don't know, you know. But it is interesting to think about. Ubisoft could easily make a new game with the assets that they have that's really good. It's been a while, and they might have already been working on something and just waiting on the right time and place to release it, and that's a good possibility. So hopefully, you know, that's what we're going to see here, a new Rayman, which I would dig it. I'm excited to replay Rayman Origins on the go with a couple Joy-Con and things like that. I don't know. Sounds really good to me, right? You too? What? Anyway, all right, moving on. It looks like Night Out was founded for the Nintendo Switch. This is a versus game in which you have to build and defend your castle and attack your opponent's ones. You can still support the development if you go over to their page, but it looks really neat. You know, it gives you a time period, this little short, I think it's 60 seconds, and you build up these castles that are beside each other, and then you just fire them at each other. And try to destroy each other's castles. You don't fire the castle at the other castle. That wouldn't make any sense, you know. You fire your artillery at the other castle to destroy it. You do not fire castles, okay? But, you know, this looks like a lot of fun. It's really simple, and sometimes the simplest games could wind up being the funnest games, which really bring us back for more, you know. And, hey, you never know. This could be the new Cuphead, right? Yeah, probably not, but it's okay. So, talking about really cool games coming to the Nintendo Switch, there's this game called Troll and I, which we've known about for quite some time, but we haven't had a lot of information about this game, and it looks really, really cool. I can't wait to see it come to the Nintendo Switch, which is very soon. And deep in the Nordic wilderness, a teenage boy named Otto is forced to flee from his home after a band of brutal hunters rip through his village in search of a mythical creature rumored to inhabit the forest. Now on the run for his life, Otto inadvertently finds and befriends the elusive creature being sought by the hunters. Thus begins the perilous adventure of Troll and Otto. Together, the unlikely friends embark on a journey through the treacherous territory plagued with rivals, natives to the forest. Troll and Otto must use their inherent skills to sneak, strategize, and battle their way back home. The forest is filled with unknowns, and teamwork is pivotal to staying alive. A mythical adventurer, befriend and the fabled troll, and embark on a journey through the Nordic wilderness as two outcasts struggling to survive. I'm sure you might smuggle something, I don't know. But this game looks really cool. I'm really excited about it, and you know, as I said, this is from Maximum Games. They got a really good rap sheet, and any games really that come to the Nintendo Switch is a positive thing for me. It looks like that Nintendo is kind of shoveling through some of the stuff that wouldn't necessarily be wonderful games on their console, so they do want quality games, and you know, because of that, some people are having some issues attempting to get their games over, but overall it looks like, you know, it's going to be okay. Games like this are coming that look like a lot of fun, and that might not be that blockbuster title that you're expecting, but the real purpose of gaming, and if you're a gamer you might understand this, is that you want to have fun, you want to have a great experience, and you want the game to just really be solid and a quality product. And if you have those three things, it doesn't matter what the name of the game is, it doesn't matter any of those things. I've had a ton of games through my life catch me off guard, and I'm sure you have too. They were just really good, and it really got me excited to be a gamer, to be able to experience new things like that. And I'm hoping that this is one of those things, because Troll and I looks really, really good. Very, very solid. Just to touch on this briefly to close out, it looks like Nintendo is, you know, planning ahead in some fashion, because it looks like they have the internal components and an emulator built into the Nintendo Switch in order to handle some of what's going on. This could have been included secretly in some of the updates. I don't really know, but what we do know is that it's there and it's ready to go. And yeah, I'm ready for them to release all these awesome games to us and let us play them, right? Which, you know, the Super NES Classic, right? Super Nintendo Classic System's coming, which means they might wait and just try to sell that. Which I don't know about you guys. I hope you've had luck if you want to get that, because it's really hard. Everything's sold out, and I've yet to find one myself. So, just one of those things. If you're not there waiting overnight somewhere to get it, you're probably not going to get it, especially online. But it looks like they're ready for the Virtual Console, at least on that aspect, and perhaps they're just adding those, you know, as much as they can, as fast as they can. Anyway, that's going to do it for this news, this daily news today. I hope you've enjoyed looking at me, right? Hello! As I've enjoyed being on camera. I'm going to try to do this more and actually film this. It just takes me longer until I finish building my PC, which I'm this close to doing. You know, it's kind of hard. It takes a long time to mix these down. So in order to get news out to you fast, I typically just do audio. And it's not because I don't want to be in video, because this is fun, but just one of those things. Anyway, if you're willing to help me out, right here below this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like and comment below. Let me know how you feel about all this stuff we talked about today, all these news updates. And I certainly do read the comments, and I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.